Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Mamincha, the Republic of Gambaga for Gambaga na yiri. Any obia OT and anope, me chow munina. Mamincha seem free cocoons and semi so. Chairman, me be na me tiemo. And
only see any murder. Enti edit mami.
How many minutes do I have? Na me who the
I mean share that amount of minutes.
With the mafia power.
Me time relevance not minutes. Yes. Benevolent dictator one.
Yes. Anyway, me bano na me tie interview me ra hoy. Esan say, of course they almost say there are challenges with yen, omanfo no. But COCOBOD as an institution has failed. I say yen nyina ejitum. COCOBOD as an institution is in serious crisis. Na enuna etode bia me bisa me hu say ye kwaya na say ba ana why did we get to this point? See production levels are conform, and there is concern about sika yedi tua farmers na asifo no. And who share COCOBOD ankasa no is cash strapped. Na Omam is managing your bibliama to the extent that only say at the last check when they went for the last indicated loan Omogoji in September 2023 no, they were going for $800 million. And that tells you say if you are going for a syndicated loan of 800 million, my belief is say total cocoa output for that season no. And now for this season, over 800 million no cry enson. And to ab initio, you are creating room for smuggling. And to beyond the fact say, even though production levels are conform no, but at least what we have produced nankasano, sika COCOBOD, ekonya to buy cocoa no cry, and to mean turning in until already there's a room for smuggling. CEO no okase small why you can Ghana for smuggle nyoma Cote d'Ivoire and the rest of it. Mijitum, Chairman, there is something economics we call arbitrage. Arbitrage is there is a demand for a particular product or good elsewhere. And I miso mi waha. Me hu say mi to adi free ha kwa ha menyam faso. Enti meto efi Ghana na me de akọ akonyam faso. And if there is no profit to be made, nobody would smuggle cocoa from Ghana to Cote d'Ivoire. And say a month for air smuggling, it is because the prices there probably are more attractive.
As you say, price was sure.
Or say.
Yeah.
Say means and then just, and I'm sure Oka say he's referring to the 58.2 increase now. Omoka wasem no. Yes sir. Enukra is taking effect on the and I took effect on the 5th. But before then, what was the price? Was it attractive enough for to say that your price producer price and there's no need for us to smuggle and go for better prices. The other issue soon is Chairman, who share near cocoa pharmacy. I think that CEO Eka said for a very long time now cocoa and as you say cocoa is a mainstay. It's no longer a mainstay. It used to be. And because we have not managed the cocoa subsector very well, it's no longer a major contributor. When you take the real sector, it's no longer a major contributor to our GDP. Other subsectors have overtaken cocoa. Oh, and then ejina kwanya ye faso edi manage COCOBOD. To the extent Nanzanya Bibi by, and I was saddened by the news say na ye tik COCOBOD sika eko to keyboards my board members.
Now so my church and
this is an institution that is in dire straits so omu niska COCOBOD in nisika. Nanso you are prioritizing the purchase of Chairman MIT na yeti wo COCOBOD honum nana. And the board all of his time became MIT. Our board members require keyboards and iPads to work. And cocoa juma die. Any iPads, no keyboards there ever move. Fanukra is important for you. Hey, what kinds of keyboards are you buying? Are you buying keyboards that will be doing machine learning and artificial intelligence? But Ninyina fits into the narrative said we have not managed COCOBOD really well. COCOBOD ought to be one of the biggest and most profitable institutions in this country. Now, so any sanity.
Wajia about second round. Would you like to be in the studio with him?
I would, Chairman. I would more than love to be.
Okay.
What I say, I would more than actually love to be. Now, Mamim fight the issues of mismanagement to anything change. Now, remember issue of prices issue. Yes, yeah, 33,120 per ton, and makes it sound very huge. Chairman, convert this into dollars. You'll be getting around 2,300 MBB. Because when you divide it by the prevailing exchange rate, it is 13.4. That's the prevailing rate. Let's even grant say 13 cities, and yet 13.4. But there's no way you get a dollar less than 13 point something. Who divided that by the exchange rate now? You'll be getting 2,000 something. What is here? But when you say, the price per ton in Ghana cedis ASC, can you say it is the exchange rate that is making it that huge? And in real terms, the value that you are giving to the producer, who is the farmer, is less in dollar terms. And because you sell some commodity in dollars, the conversation ought to be in dollars. Until how much is the price per bag in dollar terms? Udima farmer, and he made the point, said they are not using spot prices. Agreed. You see, in many instruments and transactions, forward contracts, futures, these are contracts that are allowed. Say, when you say, ye talk cocoa no at this price for this particular season, and all forward contracts always have durations. Until for the next cocoa season, this is how much we are going to buy it at. That's fair enough. So if at the time you decided, say, you were buying it at, say, 2,300, whatever. So, and forward contracts are not easily changed, though. If that's the argument, because Omu catch and say the contract is forward into Omu decline edge to mu, and they used previous whatever benchmark price to determine how much you'll be paying the cocoa farmers. And forward contracts last for the entire period of the contract. And in the case of cocoa, usually it's for the cocoa season. And Tiabani saying all of a sudden, the new season starts in September. Why is it that in the middle of the season, you are changing the contract terms to increase the price?
Is it wrong?
I'm not saying it is wrong. So when you say you don't use spot prices to determine how much you pay cocoa farmers, and that you
spot price was in connection with the $10,000 I make.
And because some minority funds see calculation, and also they don't use spot prices. They use the prices in the forward contracts. And I make say forward contracts usually have durations. So is it the case that COCOBOD can vary the terms of the contract within the period of the contract? And if that is the case, which price did they use in determining the earlier price Edema producers? The earlier producer price, price ben no mu use here. What is here? Na sesia DNAC sesia we are increasing it by 58 even before the start of the cocoa season, during which time you usually negotiate the new, prices for the next season, And which other price did they use to determine? Say, but you see annual calculative for which reason there has been an increase of 58.2%. Price when no you see say 10,000. Let's grant say 10,000. Price when no you see. These are all questions that we need answers to. And this also 10,000, which is a spot price. You disagree with it, and as some can say, cocoa is like gold. These commodities on the international market are subject to fluctuations. They are not. The prices are not fixed. Their prices are variable. They keep changing. And we need to know how you come by the price you use to determine the producer price.
We'll do the second round, and I want you in the studio. He can answer your questions for you.
Mati. The other,
Oh, that means mean to me for the masses. Yes, yeah.
Okay, no, I thought like okay. Then the other issue, so and they say, Chairman. Now you care about the destruction of cocoa farms and so on and so forth.
Oh, that's what cocoa. Okay.
Any mammy fancy na me. But I think sir, we need further and better particulars about the calculation of you can say the price how we calculate the producer price. Which price do we use to do the calculation of the producer price? Because if you are saying that we don't use the spot price, fair enough. Which price then do we do? Are we doing averages? What I say? So within a certain period, we take the average of the prices, and then that forms a basis upon which we determine how much the producer price is going to be. Because somebody attempted to explain something, but it didn't go quite well. And so I asked that question elsewhere. Say, we need to know which prices did you use, and why is it that, Chairman? This is a generic question. Time immemorial, all we do anytime the cocoa season is about to start, we have to go for a syndicated loan before we can buy cocoa. Chairman, you're not kind.
Okay, round 2, Memoaba.
Yes, I'm not saying like it's not a way to raise money, but I'm saying that can't we, like, we've produced cocoa, we've sold cocoa for many years. Now, so anytime cocoa. And because of the issues of management with COCOBOD, the last indicator loan, and they got only 800 million. Because for the lead bank, in any syndicated loan, you need a lead bank. Then you get other banks to form the consortium. No bank was willing and ready to become the lead bank because of the issues with COCOBOD. No, and since there will be an opportunity to have this conversation, my fancy or that.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.